Hello, this is the Council on Independent Fundamental Bible Doctrine. I'm currently doing my next video in the Revelation Timeline series titled The Torch of God. There's a couple of times in the Bible where God puts things to the torch. Okay, and one of those times we're going to look at now is going to give us keys to understanding the Revelation timeline. Okay, this is only has one slide with it. It's very simple, it's very concise, and as soon as I click it, you will understand, if you've seen the other videos, what we're talking about. But it is the first trumpet. What is the context of the two passages? There's a passage in the Old Testament, a passage in the New Testament. Both are discussing the same thing. And because we have a correlation between the two, we can make conclusions about the Revelation timeline. Joel 1:15, alas, for the day of the Lord is at hand. How do the beasts groan? The herds of cattle are perplexed because they have no pasture. Yea, the flocks of sheep are made desolate. O Lord, to thee will I cry, for the fire hath devoured the pastures. Okay, and the flame hath burned all the trees of the field. Okay, so now let's read Revelation 8:7 in regards to the first trumpet judgment during the wrath of God. The first angel sounded, and there followed hail and fire mingled with blood, and they were cast upon the earth, and the third part of the trees were burnt up, and all the green grass was burnt up. So the pastures are gone, the trees are gone, okay? And when does this occur? In the day of the Lord. The wrath of God is in the day of the Lord, not in the 70th week. Okay? The wrath of God is in the day of the Lord, not in the 70th week. So, what does that tell us? Well, it's very simple. Again, you can't herald the day of the Lord and his wrath's arrival if it's already started. The first trumpet is before the second return of Christ, and the day of the Lord has already started. So the herald of the day of the Lord, when the sun goes dark, the moon goes dark, stars fall from heaven, earth is moved, heaven is moved, men mourn as they see the face of Christ coming in the clouds, and he's bringing his wrath. All the immediately after the tribulation of those days, Olivet discourse signs, day of the Lord signs. Okay, those occur at the first return before the wrath. As you don't herald the day of the Lord and his wrath coming upon the earth after it's over. The herald of the day of the Lord and his wrath occurs before his wrath at the first return. Then after the wrath, he comes at his second return. That is not where the herald occurs at his second return. That is not the herald of the day of the Lord, because the day of the Lord is already going when his wrath is being poured out in between the two returns, which means the first return has to be the herald of the day of the Lord and his wrath. Because you don't herald the wrath of God coming upon the earth after it's over. Okay? All right, thanks a lot. I'll get another one up when I can. Appreciate it. Have a good one.